Yo, what's up, everybody? I think I missed last week. It was the holidays. No one knew which day was Monday. Could have never remembered that. So I got a good one for you today. Before that, we have, I believe, 9 spots left in the Sarah Hildebrandt camp. We're having Olympic champion Sarah Hildebrandt coming in January 26th. 75 spots, and I believe 66 are gone. That's going to be freaking awesome. Amazing opportunity for all the girls around Southeast Wisconsin who want to take advantage of that. Also, summer camps, overnight camps are selling the fastest. 2 of them are already over halfway sold through. Obviously, those don't take place till July and August, but if you don't get your spots soon, they're definitely going to be gone. So, I wanted to do a Mental Monday today. I tested this on my high school kids yesterday, and they said, to them at least, it made sense. Hopefully it makes sense to you too. And it's funny because I always think it's funny in life when I'm 40 years old and I'm having this new thought that I've never really had before. And this is something I think about very, very frequently. And actually, the very, very most common question on, for Mental Mondays. And if you guys don't know, if you haven't listened to these Mental Mondays for some reason, you can always just send me questions. Send them in the DMs. I'll read them. They're good. I'll answer them. But, the most common question is some version of my kid competes poorly when the stakes are raised, right? So it could be, I have this kid, he wrestles good in practice, but in matches, not so good. I have this kid who wrestles good in small matches, but in big matches, not so good. Something to that effect, right? So when the stakes are raised, all of a sudden the performance drops, right? Which is probably the opposite of what you want. Or, well, I would argue you should try to compete at the same level every single time, which is kind of the argument I'll make today. So, I always loved to compete. For as long as I can remember, I loved it. And, when I look at my son or I look at other small kids, so every day before ninjas class, right? That's our real little kids. They're always coming in and they're playing football or they're making up some random games. There's this game wall ball where they have to hit it against the wall before it bounces twice, right? They're just playing games. They are kids naturally want to compete and find it enjoyable, right? No one has to tell them to go do that before practice. They just go and do it on their own. And if we never said, hey, 6 p.m., practice is starting or whatever, you know what? They would likely keep playing. I remember one day we did like an end of the year party and dude, these kids, they played for like 3.5 hours. And then finally the parents were like, hey, it's late. We got to go home. Right? So there is a natural inclination of kids to want to compete, to have a desire to compete and to find competition enjoyable. Obviously, the losing part of it, especially with those, 5 to 9-year-olds, we do a game at the end of practice and, I say, oh, you're out. You went out of bounds. No, I'm not. And they start throwing a fit, right? So they don't love the losing part of it, but they do love to compete. They just do it naturally without us having to say anything or do anything. They just go compete. So I think that's probably the base case of my argument is people do naturally enjoy competing. I always loved it. I almost took a jiu-jitsu match last month just for the fun of it. And then I had to realize I don't even train jiu-jitsu. What the hell am I doing? This is dumb. So then I said no after thinking about it for a couple of days. I would take a wrestling match though, because I do wrestle a lot still. And it'll probably just be because I miss competing, because it's a lot of fun. And I don't want to compete on a serious level. I can't train that much. I want to mainly coach, but it is fun. So, why I think it was fun for me. All that to say, right? I've talked for a while already. All that to say, why I think it was fun for me. I always competed with the I have nothing to lose mentality. And so when I say, hey, right, if there's one guy who's not very good and the other guy say he's ranked number 1 in state, does the guy who's not very good, does he have anything to lose? And everyone says, no, he's got nothing to lose. He might as well go for it. Might as well try his hardest, right? Everyone expects him to get beat already. Might as well try as hard as he can. And that's, right? Everyone understands that. It's natural. We get it. We totally get it, right? But my argument yesterday, and then I'll tie a few of the concepts in with it, was that you can always create this kind of thing in your mind or by setting the proper goals. And so in high school, for example, I was setting a state takedown record, so I was solely focused on getting as many takedowns as possible. I wasn't really worried all that much about the result or outcome, right? I didn't think about it because I was just wrestling to get takedowns. And then in college, a lot of it was bonus points, right? Trying to get as many bonus points as possible. And again, not thinking about the outcome, only solely thinking about how do I score more points, right? Because in order to get a bonus point, I would have to score a whole bunch of points or pin them, put them on their back, right? And then be done with it. And so I'm thinking about exactly what I need to think about. So then if we think about when do people perform their best, right? That would be considered the flow state. When is the flow state? The flow state is when you are completely in the present, right? You are fully engaged in the, like this mental Monday. I think I'm doing a good job. I don't know what you guys can tell me how you think I'm doing down below if you want. I think I'm doing the right job, but I'm solely focused. I'm not thinking about what lunch I'm going to have tomorrow. I'm not thinking about if some of you guys think I'm dumb or my hair looks silly. I'm just thinking about, right? Creative. Now I'm thinking about this idiot in the comments putting stupid offers. I'm going to delete those. Stop putting those down there. I will delete those. Okay. So you're fully engaged in the present moment, and that is how you perform optimally. So if you're thinking about the outcome or you're worried about something, then you can't be fully engaged in the present. But if you set the proper goal, that nothing to lose. Hey, I got nothing to lose. I might as well go for it. I might as well try my best moves on this guy. Oh, no one thinks I can bonus point this guy. No one thinks I can pin this guy. So I'm going to try to pin this guy. No one expects that of me. Everyone expects me to beat him by maybe a couple, but they don't expect me to kill him. So I'm going to go try to whoop him. Right? Does that make sense? Like, there is always something that no one expects you to be able to do. Okay? And then to tie another thing, so we tied playing in the present, which is an important mindset of flow. The other thing is the get to versus got to. So I always viewed it as, I get to go try to do this. I get to go try to get as many takedowns as possible. I get to go try to pin this guy. Versus I got to. Oh man, this guy's not very good. Oh, I gotta wrestle him tonight. That's dumb. You know, if I win, everyone expects me to win. So you guys see how this can start creating a negative feedback loop in your mind and create poor performance, because then all of a sudden you start building up anxiety and, oh, I gotta do this because, you know, there's no positive side to me. Like, I'm supposed to beat him. So if I beat him, then I don't really get anything. So there's no positive side. But if it's a get to mentality, I get to go try to whoop this dude. No one expects me to pin him in the first period. No one expects me to beat him by 8, right? Major decision. So there is always some level that people don't really expect you to get to. You know, like Cael Sanderson's 159-0, probably best college wrestler ever. But which college wrestler has ever bonus pointed everybody? And I don't think there's anyone who's done it for a whole season, actually, because that's what I was trying to do. I never got there. There's been a few. Zane got really close. David Taylor got really close. There's a few people who got really close, but I don't think anyone actually got all the way there, right? So it's like, who expects anyone to do that? Nobody. Nobody expects you to do that. So go do it. You get this opportunity. You work so hard for this. You get this opportunity to go prove to everyone how good you are and how many skills you've built. That is an opportunity you should cherish. You should love it. That's how I thought about it. I loved it. I loved the opportunity to show everyone how hard I've been working and how many skills I developed. So if you can think about this too, right? Because this creates playing in the present. This creates get to versus got to. If you can create this, you're going to love competition. And if you can love to compete, you're probably going to do pretty well at it. Because there's a lot of people who don't love to compete. There's a lot of people who frame competition totally the wrong way. So if you can love to compete, it's going to give you a huge advantage over your peers. So that's all I got. Sign up for AWA summer camps. Sign up for the Sarah Hildebrand camp. Love to compete. I did. I think you guys can do it too. And I'm out of here. Peace.